My name is Dylan CineMasai Green, and welcome to the Real Notes podcast. I speak with rappers, producers, journalists, and other hip-hop adjacent figures about their relationship with movies, and, if at all, film inspires their craft. My guest this week is Bronx-based rapper, singer, producer, podcast host, and tattoo artist Rainey Ovalle. We spoke about the shadiness of the music industry and Spotify numbers, the Japanese crime thriller Battles Without Honor and Humanity, Tarzan, Sinners, listening to Raekwon's Only Built for Cuban Linx for the first time on 9/11, his love for reggaeton and darkwave music, his feud with Alchemist, and the creative process behind his latest album, Cigarettes with Dead Men, and his latest single, Malona. Come fuck with us. Yo, but how are you? What's good? How you feeling?
What up, CineMasai, man? What's good, Brody? I'm chilling, man. I'm happy to be here, man. I appreciate the time and everything, so thank you. It means a lot,
man.
And
it means a lot that you wanted to come and do this, like I just I'm gonna do like a whole drop in a second, but Cigarettes with Dead Men is fucking great.
Thanks,
new single is fucking great. Just like seeing you really like dig more into like the artist side. I was just watching your video about ambition fatigue and the myth of Sisyphus, and I'm just like, this is, and then you do like 80 million things and you do them all well, and it makes me happy to like get to talk to you about it.
Thank you, man. Thank you, dude. Wow, that man, I wasn't having a great day, and like now like hearing you say that really means a lot. So I appreciate you, man, for real.
I feel like we were saying off camera, literally anybody with all the Gengar shit you have has to. Okay, right. We were doing this before. Okay, so explain. So I mean, only the patrons can see it, but explain that sleeve, please.
So it's really just I was a tattoo artist for like a decade, so this whole sleeve is really just an amalgamation of sort of all the work. Like from all the people that have taught me. That's kind of how sleeves are supposed to come together. I feel like people tend to have these like elaborate sort of like, really, really thought out, really put together pieces. And that's cool too. That's my plan for this arm.
Right.
See, I got the owl on there and then the fox on the other side, but I got to connect them. Mm-hmm. So that's my plan for this arm. But this arm has just been sort of like stuff coming together, So that Gengar just kind of made sense for that space. And
And is that Pikachu above it? I saw like a yellow splotch. I don't know if that's
no.
Okay.
No, that's the Killer Bee. It's a Wu-Tang tattoo.
Oh, hell yeah. Sorry. I saw the yellow flash real quick.
Yeah.
Either way. I almost wore my Wu-Tang shirt today, but
fire. Thank you. Yeah.
I was feeling more Touchstone pictures today. So
yeah. Touchstone, hell yeah. That's fine. I thought, what's funny, for a second, I thought that was a solo jazz, like,
oh shit,
shirt, like the cup. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was this fucking solo jazz cup for a second, but then I remember, Touchstone. That
would have been fire. That would have been fire too. I mean, like you could put the solo jazz cup on, like the colors on anything, and you could put it on pants, shoes. Like, to be honest, I'm surprised they even put it on like condoms or some shit.
Dog, I want the I forgot where I seen it, but I want the solo jazz like tracksuit. You know what I'm talking about? It's like white. It's white with the solo jazz across the chest. I don't know where I seen it, but I definitely need that.
You might need to get that custom at this point, and then like get somebody to be like, "What's that?" And then
yeah.
But it's around. If I find it, I'm gonna send it to you. I promise.
Thank you.
Because I feel like I've definitely seen it around too. I just can't remember where. But that's good a place as any to start. What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to Real Notes. So it's a slightly overcast Friday afternoon. It's like it's like breezy. I'm not used to August being breezy, so it feels weird to say that August is breezy, especially on the fucking East Coast. But my name is Dylan Green, CineMasai, got a lot of names, do a lot of shit, outside, inside, all sides. I want to start by saying this is going to come out after Real Talk with Navy Blue. So thank you to everybody who came out for that. Like, I'm already anticipating that it's going to be super overwhelming, but like just like thank you to everybody who came, thank you to everybody who supports. It really means a lot. I you know it's been a rough 6 months for some reasons, but that was like I know it'll be heartening by the time this is out and y'all hear it. It will be heartening, and I'll be crying in a corner somewhere. But thank y'all, man. It really means a lot. But I'm with somebody else whose presence here, like we already said at the beginning, means a lot to me as somebody who enjoys rap music and pop culture discussion and thirst traps. And we have somebody in here today who, man, like I talk to a lot of people who do a lot of things, but this guy does a lot of shit. He raps. He maybe sometimes occasionally produces. He's an entertainer, he's a podcaster, Victory Light co-host. Armor wearing thirst trapper. I'm never gonna forget seeing you pop out with the fucking shoulder pads and the and just like the chainmail. Like it is there's nobody doing it. There's nobody doing it like Rainey, man. Like just
Thank
please,
you.
yeah, like
Thank you
please
so much.
make noise for Rainey. Like
Thank you. Wow, damn, what that is a hell of an intro, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
nah, bro.
Yeah, no, it's a pleasure to be here, bro. I really appreciate the opportunity. So thank you.
Nah, you already. It's just like like we were saying before, I don't really see you do much in like direct relation to music and the music you make. So it just made it like I wanted to do this for a while, but
Mm.
just the fact that like the album's really great. Like Cigarettes with Dead Men is fucking awesome. It came out in April. Go stream it everywhere you can find it. Your new single's great. Yeah, I was just like, we need to get you in here to talk some music and just
Thank
like
you.
the intersection of all of this stuff.
Yeah.
That's what Real Notes is all about. So
Thank you so much. Yeah, and I really appreciate you still, cuz I feel like we're in a culture of like we're in a culture of sort of like it's like the fast food of entertainment, right? Where
for
it's
sure.
like, yo, it doesn't matter how good something is. All that like you're only as good as your last drop, right? And like
Yeah.
it seems like now for whatever reason there seems to be like an expiration date on art, like and in music in particular, right? Because like like you were saying, like I dropped Cigarettes with Dead Men in April, but as you were saying before we started recording, you're saying it's still, it's still in rotation, that you really enjoy it. So I really appreciate that coming from you from the outside, because there's only so many times I can say it as the guy who made the album.
Of
You know what
course.
I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like everybody expects you to, duh, like of course you're gonna say that. You're the guy that made it. But like
Yeah.
I appreciate it coming from somebody else, where it's like, these things do have a they leave a lasting impression, and they have staying power if you craft them in that way. And I'm happy
Yeah.
that that resonated with you, and I'm happy that that came across like with this project. And Malona, my new single is out now,
Mm-hmm.
which I've been pushing heavy, heavy, heavy. So yeah, so thank you for your support in that avenue as well.
Nah, man. Yeah, like I appreciate you being so proactive about continuing to push shit out, cuz like, just like being in creative spaces, especially in rap, like people get so self-conscious about like, oh man, my shit came out 2 weeks ago or a month ago or 6 months ago, like should I still be that, and it's just like, nah, like if you like that shit and you're proud of it and you want people to hear it, like find ways to do it. Like, like I got homies who were like, my man Marcel Allen. Shout out to Marcel if he's listening. Amazing fucking rapper from Long Island. He put out this great project. I want to say like 3 or 4 years ago, and he had his album release party like over a year after the album dropped.
Yeah.
Like he had me host it, and like he was just like he's like he's not afraid to do stuff like that. You're not afraid to do stuff like that. You talk about it very publicly, and I think that's like, I just think for people who exist outside of like the big machine system, it's like really validating to just know that like if you like something, tell people about it. Like you don't have to worry about being annoying. Like just it's there and people need to hear it. And it's like new songs are getting uploaded to these places. I think it's like 100,000 new songs on Spotify a day. Like
Hmm.
you're getting buried unless
Yeah.
you're Swift or Drake or like Baby Shark, you're getting buried. Like
Yeah, 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 yeah,
If you're not Bluey, you're down here, you know? So
yeah,
like
yeah. Yeah,
so
no,
yeah, I
it
have a lot
it
of
be
respect
like
for that.
that. Yeah, and it's like, you know what? It's like I used to have that fear, right? I used to be like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna just let people find it. But like people will never find it. Like if you don't push that shit, people will never fucking find it because
Yeah.
there's just a there's just a litany, a multitude. The fucking the astronomical fucking the sheer amount of just shit everywhere constantly at all times on our screens makes it impossible to be visible if you don't have the big machine behind you. That's why like I started posting once a day, and then from once a day it went up to twice a day. Twice a day went up to 3 times a day. 3 times a day went up to 4. And like, so what if you're annoying? You're the only one that thinks that. Like I'm talking to other creatives now, like, oh, but
Yeah.
like I don't want to post so many times a day. Like I feel like that's mad annoying. You think you feel that way because it's you posting it. You feel that way because it's you going like this, seeing the same thing over and over. But I promise you, like every single time you post, at least one new person is exposed to you. At
Yeah.
least one. And every single one of those ones like adds up, you know? Like
Yeah.
it's about to be on my newest single, Malona. That has the most plays to date, and I'm of any track of mine. So like just to do the math right quick, just to prove to artists that are listening and watching, just to prove to you guys that this shit works. Right? It's slow and it's grueling and it's annoying as fuck, but it works because Vodka Pepsi was my most streamed song before that
Yeah.
off my album Urban Tundra, and that came out last year, and that capped, it's getting more streams now, but that's not even at 8K yet. That's at 7,900. Malona in less than 2 months is over 10,000, and that's the one I've been posting 4 times a day for at least a month now. So if you're
Yeah.
listening right now, like I'm here telling you, bro, I'm not no industry plant. I don't have the big machine behind you. I don't do no paid ads. I don't do no paid promo. I don't do no boosting services. None of that IG scam bullshit. This is me straight up out the mud, Dolly, bro. Like I'm telling you, the shit works. So
Yeah.
just do that shit.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like, I mean, like the thing I was talking about before this event, like I host movie nights with rappers. They pick a movie, we watch them. We'll be doing, or I mean, by the time this comes out, it'll have already happened. But like, I started promoting them like a month before they happen, and I had to get it out of my own head that like, oh, I shouldn't be talking about this like even once a week. You know, like that. It's just like those voices in your head that get you there. And then like with this podcast in particular, like I've been building this for, I started this in 2021, so it's been almost 5 years, and I feel like now it's like finally it's starting to pick up in really cool ways that I'd never really anticipated. You know, yeah, like people come up to me and talk to me about this before they talk about any of my writing,
Mhm.
and that's like I never imagined any shit like that, you know. So and that only comes from trusting in yourself that you have something that's cool, and that even if other people don't think it's cool, you think it's cool, and you're putting it out there and doing it, and you know, like doing it right or
Yeah.
whatever, or like what does right mean, but you know, like
Yeah,
that's
like I mean, like let's keep it a beat, bro. Like my
please.
like before Cigarettes with Dead Men in April, like my darkwave stuff was like not that popular. Like
Hmm.
that people just don't really seem to be as into it as me rapping or me doing the reggaeton or the dembow. But like
Yep.
I don't give a shit. That's what I felt like making. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
wanted to make some. I fucking love darkwave. I fucking love goth music. Like I've been on this tip since 2022. Like actually even before then, probably. Like um, all this shit is a blur, bro. I've been like working on so much stuff for so goddamn long. But I
Yeah.
think Dark Summer came out in 2023, but I had been working on it since the year before. So like I fucking love darkwave. That's the sound I felt like exploring at the time. And then 3 EPs and an album later, I have a whole season series. And it may not be for everybody, right? But like I just needed to make that shit. They needed to happen. Like if that shit and if you don't have that type of relationship with the art that you make, then like you're not in it for the right reasons, I feel like.
Right.
You know, and that's why a lot of people they blow up real fast, and they get real popping really fast, and then they fucking snuff out. You know what I mean? Like a little ember, they snuff out. And it's because there's no artist development anymore. There's no A&Rs anymore. There's no like, you know what I mean? Everything's decided by numbers and computers and AI and shit. And it's like you can't build stars that way. You know what I mean? We're never gonna get another Michael Jackson because of AI, because of like computers and shit. Because it's like everything is being dictated and decided by computers. And it's like, oh well, you know, we just don't have the numbers. Well, we just don't have the well, the metadata is saying this, the metrics are saying this. Okay, but do you think it's good?
Yeah.
You know, I'm so sick. Yo, Cine, bro, I'm so sick of the fucking first week sales conversation. I am so fucking sick of that shit.
Jesus, bro. Yeah.
Cine. God damn, man. Like that shit, it really boils my blood that it's like, oh, this sold 17K first week. It must be garbage. Did you listen to it?
Right.
Then how would you know? You know?
Yeah.
It fucking blows my mind.
And it's crazy because like because like depending on the type of artist we're talking about, like somebody's selling 17 because like
17K out the trunk?
Right.
You could live off that music. You could live off that music.
Right. Like,
you know what I mean?
You know, like most artists, unless they're huge, like if you're like a mid-tier artist and like especially if you're like selling because like most people are doing like, you know, like some people do mostly streams, some people do mostly sales. Like 17,000 means different things depending on how your deal's set up, like whether you're independent or major, like, you know, like somebody like Vince Staples doing 17K is going to be so different from like Drake doing 17K, you know, like it's you know, like not even just at the level of popularity, but just like people just talk about the music business and they don't know anything about the music business. And as somebody who knows not a ton, but like I've been in this for like a decade, I feel like I know my fair share about how all this works. You know your fair share about how all this shit works. So it's just like you just gotta sit here just like
Bad Bunny got a 90-10 split publishing.
See, like
so it's like yo, Bad Bunny doing 17K is very different. You know what I'm saying? Right. From like you said, Drake doing 17K. You know what I mean? When he's in a 920 deal with Lucian. You know what I'm saying? So
you know, he's in chains forever. This shit is crazy.
Yeah, it's very wild, very bugged out sort of situation in music right now. And especially when we have fucking dodos leading the conversation, people who are unqualified, people who don't give a fuck about the medium, and you know, it's and all they have to offer is stats, because you can't argue that, because it's not opinion based. It's not, you know what I mean? You can't, like, if all you're doing is regurgitating figures, then you have nothing to contribute. And if you have nothing to contribute, I'm not going to come to you. But if you posture the figures as the opinion, then people start listening to you. Stupid people, you know? And that's just some shit I never agreed with. Like, I'll listen to projects like if anything, you know what's crazy? You know what the tech is now, Cine? Is I will go out of my way to find artists with less than 10K monthly listeners on Spotify. I'll go out of my way to find those people, because I'm like, what are those people making? There's a kid on Spotify. I don't know if he's a kid. There's a man, a person on Spotify. Their name is Black Bammy. Black Bammy has 885 monthly listeners, and they just dropped a single called "Give Me the Money" / Free My Mind. That shit has been on repeat for a week straight now. That shit is so hard and so different. It's like some electronic psychedelic Afro beats type shit. Like it's
Oh
fucking wild.
wow.
Yeah, it's so dope. And this person has less than 1,000 monthly listeners. And I'm like, that's what I want. That's where the fucking taste is, bro. You know what
Right,
I'm
man.
saying? Like, cause anybody with the machine behind them, they already got the machine behind them. So they could low key put out bullshit.
Right. Yeah, no.
The label gotta make that back. So they're gonna push
And they'll
whatever.
figure it out.
And they'll
And they'll
figure it
figure it
out.
out because they're the label, you know?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I feel like I've been yapping mad long. My fault. I feel like I've
no,
been
bro,
yapping forever.
don't even trip. That's what we're here to do. But I
Yeah.
mean, like before we move on and I start asking proper questions,
Mhm.
you know, I mean, like this is he has a bit more monthly listeners, but I've been really into this dude from down south named Tommy Billsbigger for a little while. I
Mhm.
discovered him, I want to say last year, because Earl Sweatshirt shouted him out in a Spotify video, and I was like, who's Tommy Billsbigger? I go and listen, and I'm like he put out an album that he actually had to take down because I think it got like sample doxed. Basically, it
Mhm.
had like 8 songs, and one of the 8 songs is still on Spotify. The other
Mhm.
7 are gone. But be like he makes kind of like pluggish cloud rap adjacent type shit that's like
Mhm.
super fucking dope. It's like he worked like he has a whole tape with Surf Gang. Like he has like an EP that came out with Surf Gang last year, and I listened to it, and I'm like, this is great. Why don't more people know who this is? And like I've taken a couple opportunities to write about him on the site I work for, hearing things, and like it like I like as somebody who like this is more or less my job. I also go out my way to find people who aren't aren't huge. I go to a lot of shows. I talk to a lot of people on here, and it's just like that's half the fun is like discovering the stuff and then just like being surprised and then coming back and doing it all again. Like
Mhm.
you find new favorites and you look for, or like you find favorites, you get new favorites, and you start to develop and grow. And like there's obviously treasure at every level, but I
Yeah,
like
no,
discovery.
for sure. There's definitely treasure at every level. Like I think like one artist who deserves all the fucking flowers and praise in the world is fucking Pink Sifu, man.
Oh my god, man! Shout out to Liv, bro. That's
Motherfucking
my
Pink
man.
Sifu, man. Like,
My
god
heart.
damn, bro. Like Pink Sifu, there's like a handful of artists that I'm like I'm not, you know what I mean? Like I'll hold my own in a booth with anybody. But
Yeah.
like there's a handful of artists where I'm like, yo, like what the fuck are they about to do? Like if I'm in the studio with them, I'm like, okay, I need to be ready for anything. And that's Raekwon,
Yeah.
Kendrick, Pink
Yeah.
Sifu, Doom, and Rock
Yeah.
Marcy, bro. Those 5 artists, those are the only 5 where I'm like, oh shit, dude. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, man. Like, all right, I better come correct because I don't know what the fuck about to happen here.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, Pink Seafood deserves every bit of the over 350,000 monthly on Spotify. By the way, I keep mentioning Spotify. I don't want anybody listening to us or watching us to assume that I think that that's like the end all be all, the biggest metric or whatever.
Of
But
course.
Spotify,
Yeah.
and Apple are 2 swings of the same pendulum, right? So
For sure. Yeah.
that's just the biggest sort of outlet we have. I could
Right.
bring up title or whatever, but like, come on, like, you know,
Yeah. We're all slaves to numbers at the end of the day.
yeah,
That's just what living on the internet is, unfortunately.
yeah,
But I mean, like as somebody, I mean, like Liv Pink Sifu is fucking incredible. I've interviewed him, I want to say probably about 6 or 7 times.
mm,
Like really, just like genuine fucking soul. I did the last one of the last movie nights I did earlier this year was with him. We watched Blade at a movie theater, and that was a
fire,
ton of fun with the audience. It was fucking great. But yeah,
hell yeah,
like just seeing his evolution and how unpredictable he is, and just like hearing his process, and just I don't know. There's a lot of people who try to reach in 8 different directions, and all of them just sound like okay, like you're having fun, but it's like whatever. But
yeah,
like you go and listen to
mhm.
like
No, go. I'm
I
sorry.
mean
Go
I'm
ahead. Go
sorry to
ahead.
cut you off. Like you go listen to Black Antique. You go
Mhm.
listen to Ensley. You go listen to Gumbo. You go listen to Fly Seafoods. Shout out to fucking Fly Anakin. You go listen to like
Leather
he's just
Boulevard, man.
Leather Boulevard,
That
be
Leather
Kool-Aid. Shout
Boulevard.
out to Ali, man.
Yeah. That Leather Boulevard,
they
crazy.
they just like I don't know, like he can do it all and he makes it look
Yeah.
so easy. But yeah,
Yeah.
shout
Yeah.
out to
Yeah.
Liv
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah. Shout out Pink Sifu. And like, he's one of them artists where like, you could tell where like, I'm like this in a lot of ways too, where it's like, I'm not going to touch a genre I don't fuck with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of bigger acts are just going to hop on whatever's hot. And like,
Right.
but you could tell like, do you know what I mean? Like if I'm on a drill thing, yeah, and then I'm talking like the man them, they're gonna be like, "Raw, you sound like you're from London, fam." Like still, like walk on, bruv. And I'm like, that's because I really like, bro. I watched This Is England at like 12 years old. Like I watched fucking,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like all of that. Like that's all my shit. I watched like,
Yeah.
bro, Top Boy. I watched Summer House before it was called Summer House, when it was just Top Boy.
Yeah.
On BBC fucking you know what I'm saying? Like on BBC networks in 2016. I'm like, yo, I didn't know Britain had like its own version of The Wire. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And it was slept on, bro. I watched the fades, bro. All that shit. I'm hip to all that.
Yeah.
So it's like when I come on a track, yeah, and like I'm talking like the man them and stuff, bruv. Like you get me? Do you know what I mean? Like it's like in there somewhere, bruv.
Yeah.
So and
me, fam.
yeah,
all
yo,
that shit,
oi, deep it, fam, deep it. You gotta deep the ting, bruv.
Yo.
Yeah. Yo, shout out Oblig, man. Shout out Obligated Records. Shout out the grime scene. Shout out to Novelist. You know what I mean? Like I'm really in that world. And same with Darkwave. Like, you know what I mean? Shout out Boy Harsher. Shout out Steves. I'm really in that world.
Right.
I can't tell you nothing about country. I can't tell you nothing about like it's certain genre. Like I'm just not gonna touch it because that's not me. And with
right,
I
like
feel
you're
like
not Big X the Plug, you know? Like,
hello,
you're not gonna make
yeah, you know, and like you know what I'm saying, and like, but with Pink Sifu, it's like, yo, I could tell you really fuck with like death grips and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like that shit comes through in the sound. You could fucking tell, bro. So yeah, shout out Pink Sifu, man. Really fucking dope.
always and forever. Wow, this is already like I have so much I want to touch on, but I got actual questions, and so let me think. Okay, first question I ask everybody, or usually ask everybody who comes on here. What was the last movie or TV show you watched that you had a strong opinion about?
The last film I watched that I have a strong opinion about is this Japanese film. It's and I'm looking it up now just so I don't get anything wrong about it. But it's this Japanese film from the 70s called Battles Without Honor and Humanity.
Huh.
And
I'm not familiar.
It's Kinji Fukasaku. That might be the gnarliest gangster movie like of all time.
Wow.
Like that it follows this like Yakuza clan or family, right? It follows this Yakuza sort of gang post World War II, so like 1950s Japan, across like Kure and Tokyo. They sort of bounce around, right? This guy, right? The movie starts like this, so there's no spoilers.
Right.
But this guy, he carries out a hit and he fucks it up. He doesn't like, he makes the mark, but it's not a kill shot. So he fucks the hit up, but then he goes up for like 8 years. And in that 8 years, the clan starts to like split apart, and there's like mad infighting. And it is so like, it's one of those films that like you can't look up, like you can't look down at your phone or look away for a second, because every fucking piece of dialogue matters, bro. Like, and it's got that Sopranos level of like, yo, how does he know this much? Like, I don't know if you know this, but like the director and the writer of The Sopranos got approached by the mob and was like, and he was like, yo, how do you know so much? Like, who have you been talking to? We need to know. How do you know this? That's what Battles Without Honor or Humanity feels like. And I feel like this might be the hardest gangster movie of all time to me.
Wow.
Yeah,
so,
Yakuza
I mean,
film,
like, I literally just opened up Letterboxd and put it on my watch list. This sounds like everything. It
Yeah.
sounds like everything I'm into right now. I mean, like,
It's
yeah,
gritty,
yeah,
man. It's
sounds
gritty.
dope.
It's gnarly. It's um a close second for me is this film called A Family. It's a Netflix film, but
Uh-huh.
same premise, but it's about it's the same thing, Yakuza film, but it's about like chosen family. Like that's why the Japanese they don't skirt around the point. It's like the movie's called A Family and that's what it's about. It's about a family. It's about chosen
Right.
family, that being the Yakuza and like this like down on his luck sort of orphaned kid just trying to prove himself to his gang, to his family. Um, and I feel about that film pretty like I feel like if there was a modern sort of example of this type of filmmaking, I feel like A Family is that is the modern version of Battles Without Honor and Humanity. Also, the
Mhm.
Battles is a trilogy, so there's three of them.
Yeah.
There's three of them. Yeah, there's three of them joints. So, if you're into gangster films and you're into Japanese cinema, this one oh also this one was really controversial because before this, Yakuza films would like sort of depict them in like a heroic kind of light, and
Mhm.
this film was one of the first ones to depict like how nasty it gets, like
Mm.
within the family, like how nasty it gets, bro. It's nasty. And yeah, this is like top three gangster films of all time to me, for sure.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I love a left field pick and a hot take and like I mean like just off of your description, it's probably not the same because I think this one I'm about to mention is a little more over the top and, for lack of a better word, silly. But like, I love Ichi the Killer. Ichi the Killer is one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah,
I'm a big Takashi Miike guy. It's
yeah.
I like and, like he's Takashi Miike is somebody else who like kind of like Pink Sifu. He can make like 80 different kinds of movies. He can do like the sex depraved gangster film stuff. He's made a fucking Phoenix Wright
Mhm.
attorney at law movie, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
so he's but I'm like, to me, like stuff like Ichi the Killer and stuff like Battles Without Honor and Humanity, like I'm always gonna be fascinated and
mhm,
with shit like that. Love Japanese cinema. I just the last Japanese joint I watched that I loved, I found it on the Criterion Collection. It's called Demon Pond. It's
mhm,
from 1979. It's directed by Masahiro Shinoda, I
mhm.
believe is their name, and it's a movie about this village that's kind of haunted by like a kabuki demon, and
Oh, fire.
I can't really explain the rest. Like, just
Mhm.
go if you can find it. Go. I I can't believe I'm about to do this. I feel so fucking stupid. I interviewed RZA for Flaunt about
Mhm.
a month ago, right before they went on tour for the on the Wu Tang tour,
Mhm.
and we went to the Criterion Closet together. Like, I met him at the Criterion building,
Fire.
and after he was done recording, Son was asking them like, "Oh, like I love." Of course, he loves Japanese. Of course, RZA loves Japanese cinema. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm looking for some new Japanese movie I've never seen before. Like, could you recommend anything?" And I was like, I like Demon Pond because I like saw it on the shelf. And then he went and was like, just grabbed it and put it in the bag. I was like, RZA just took my movie
Yeah.
recommendation. I'm going home. We don't even need to do the interview, bro. I'll
Yeah.
just write that and like those 7 words and that's it. But like, Demon Pond is fucking dope. I love it. It really it's like a romantic horror fantasy drama. I don't know how to describe it, but
Yeah.
it's dope.
Yeah.
Go watch it.
Hell yeah. No, I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. And by the way, Battles, like when I say it's gnarly, for anyone listening or watching, when I say it's gnarly, I mean like it get real political. Like
Right.
it's a political drama. It's a political crime drama. So expect political crime drama. Like it's not a whole lot of action. It's like The Irishman, but like
Okay. Yeah.
Japanese and like in the 70s. It's like that. Yeah. Yeah. It's one of them ones for real, man.
Respect.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, I'm a yeah, no, like I put it on my list. I'm gonna probably check it out this weekend, to be real.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But um what was like, oh yeah, so I wanna dig through a little bit of your viewing history before we move on to the
Mhm.
music stuff. So Mr. Ovalle, when what was the first movie experience you can remember having? It could be at the theater, it could be at your cousin's house, just like the first thing that comes to mind for you.
Oh yeah, my mom taking me to see Tarzan in theaters when I was like 6 or 7.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Tell me about
Yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah. That's when I fell in love with film, man. Like
Mm,
I distinctly remember like, yo, like, because that was my first time going to the movies ever. You know, and it was just me and my
yeah.
mom, and she was like, "Yo, we gonna go see this." Like, she was like more excited than I was. Like, she was like, "Yo, I want to see this movie. Like Tarzan, it looks cool. Like, I would take my son." You know, so it was just me and her, and I remember like the animation was bonkers. Like to my 6 year
Yeah.
old brain, I'm like, this shit is smooth, man. Like, I'm like, yo, Disney got bread. Like, I'm watching the animation on this big ass screen. Like, I remember it so vividly. I remember it changing me. Like, I remember that shit so fucking vividly and clearly. And then yo, I don't know how much bread Disney gave Phil Collins, but that motherfucker shitted on that soundtrack, boy.
Come
Holy
on, man.
fucking yo,
Come on.
he said, I wanna know, can you
Can you
show me?
show
I
me?
want
Yeah.
to know about these strangers like me. Come on, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Phil. Yo, nah,
Ugh,
he was bugging out, bro. He
yeah.
said, "One heart, one family." Come on, yo. I was 6 years old. Like, I got emotional.
Yeah,
I'm like, what
man.
am I feeling? Why do I feel this way? And it's been a wrap ever since, man. I've loved
Yeah.
film since.
That you'll be in my heart. Like if I remember correctly, that might have been the first movie soundtrack I ever owned. My fault. Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to shout out the Real Notes Patreon one time. For as little as $5 a month, you get exclusive goodies like video of every interview, 2-day early access to every interview, an invite to the Real Notes Discord server, exclusive access to the Real Talk Movie Night archive, and early pre-sale links for all live events. If you want to give a little more, you get other exclusives like retro 60-second movie reviews and monthly 90-minute workshops with me, where we can discuss whatever creative questions or projects you might have going on. Head over to patreon.com/realnotes. That's REELNOTES to join right now. I repeat, all videos will only be available on the Patreon. Thanks for listening. Shout out to my patrons. Now let's get back to talking. It wasn't the first movie I ever saw. That was Lion King. That's a story maybe I'll get into in a second. But like, it was something about Tarzan. You know,
Yeah.
like I saw, like I hadn't even seen the movie yet, and like I saw the trailer, and I was like, I have a distinct memory of like running around my house on my knuckles like a monkey
Like,
because I was so amped off of the fucking, you know, it's like watching this kid. I didn't have locks at the time. I didn't get those until like a decade later, but like I was just like on my knuckles running around the house, like listening to fucking Phil Collins belt out these, and it was like, that was the move, you know, like it looked amazing, the voice cast was great, the music was crazy, like, you know, like I'm also like, I'm only a couple years older than you, so like I must have been like 7, 8, 9 years old when it came out, and like I don't know shit about Phil Collins, you know, like I don't, you know, like I don't know about Genesis and the fact that he's a drummer and all this other shit. I'm just hearing this white dude belt out these
go
ballads,
crazy.
and I'm
Yeah.
just like, yo, you know, yeah, like like it gets you amped, you know, like there's it's happy songs, it's sad songs, like
And he did
just
the whole shit. The
the
whole
whole
shit.
yeah, like he did for Tarzan what Elton John did for the Lion King, you
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it all just goes, and like and then, you know, like, and then like another thing about Tarzan that I'm just remembering now, it like I probably saw like a villain death scene that fucked me up a bit more before this, but like Clayton dying and like snapping the vines, and then
On his way down. Yeah.
you know,
Good
him getting hung
Lord.
at the end, that was like, I you know, like looking back on it, I'm like, damn, like even by like Renaissance era Disney standards, like that was rough.
That was
I was like,
fucking gnarly, dude.
little kids were watching that shit.
Yeah, that was gnarly as hell. Like Thunderstorm and all that.
Yeah.
He was fully on his xenophobe shit. Like, just like,
Yeah.
he was like, fuck these monkeys. I don't give a fuck. And then just, yeah, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that was crazy, bro. I just realized Phil Collins is Celine Dion for straight men with union jobs.
and you know, and it's crazy because it could just be off the Tarzan soundtrack and Feel It Coming in the Air Tonight by Genesis. That's it. You know,
Yeah,
like I don't need to hear nothing else.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it.
that's
He's certified.
hilarious, man.
He's
Yeah,
certified. It's a few white dudes that are certified.
yeah,
Is
yeah,
Phil Collins,
yeah.
uh, Bobby Caldwell, who I didn't know was white for like 2/3 of my life, bro.
Yeah. 40,000 people find that shit out every year. I must have found out like 4 or 5 years ago, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like,
Like, no idea, bro. I had no fucking clue this was a white man. This shit was like, oh, and Rick Astley. Rick Astley
Rick Astley.
certified, bro. He's certified. Come on, man. That's another guy I didn't know was white for a while.
Right.
But yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a I'm gonna throw one more in there, and I don't
Mhm.
know how other people feel about this, but I've been adamant about it for years. I'm gonna throw Weird Al Yankovic in there too.
Hell
I
yeah.
love Weird Al. I've been a Weird Al fan since I was a kid, and
Mhm.
just like and like as I got older, the thing I appreciated was like he made parody songs. Like he did a lot of rap parodies, of course, but like you have to be able to rap the songs to do them. And
Yeah.
he raps the fucking songs. You
Yeah.
know, like he's rapping Chameleonaire.
Mhm.
He's rapping Coolio's Gangster's Paradise. He's rapping the songs.
Mhm.
Like, you know, he's like pantomiming it really well, but like you have to be able to keep up and do it. And I don't know. I just like
Nah, yeah.
I love Weird Al Yankovic. He's
And
dope.
it's also, you know what it is? He also, it wasn't at the expense of black people or
Oh yeah.
whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like he would successfully parody something without punching down. I mean, maybe
Right.
Fat he was punching down, but still, like,
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, how can I forget Michael Jackson? I mean, Michael Jackson's not a rapper, but like, you know, like
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But like he, you know, it for the most part, it wasn't like it's crazy. Like Weird Al has a whole like dynasty, and
yeah,
he never had to do blackface. He never had to like, you know what I'm
ever,
saying? Like everybody got that moment of like, yo,
yeah,
like what's this about? You know, everybody kind of has to have that like it was a different time conversation. Weird
yeah.
Al is he's he's straight, bro.
Like
Crazy.
and like people were honored to get Weird Al parodies. Like
Yeah.
like when he parodied Happy by Pharrell was like, oh man, like I'm certified. I got the Weird Al,
I
you
got
know,
the
like
Weird
that was
Al,
like
yeah.
you like actually wanted that.
Hmm.
And I don't know, like that's a Weird Al is a whole other conversation. But I would put him in there with like the Michael McDonald's and the Rick Astleys and the Bobby Call. Like he's one of those to me.
Hmm.
So you know, like as somebody who ran up Running with Scissors and Straight Outta Linwood a lot, like shout out to Weird Al.
Yeah.
And also shout out to Tarzan. But so as you get older and you start to have, you know, you start to like refine your palate, see more things, have more experiences. I like to think of this as a capital M movie, like one that really hit you in the chest and connected with you in like a emotional, artistic, or spiritual way, like something that was more than just like 90 minutes of pure entertainment for you.
Oh shit. Okay. Let me think, man. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to answer these questions because, like, the more movies you watch, the denser it gets. You know,
Yeah,
but
man,
but
for
I
sure.
think, man, like one that really because like I really appreciate the production aspect of it. Um, like what goes into making movies look the way that it's movie magic. You know,
Yeah.
so like
Mm.
I'm very into like the movie magic aspect of it. And like a film that like really stuck with me in that way was The Revenant, man.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu, bro, like
Oh man.
that guy's a nut. That guy's a fucking nut. He shot on location, all natural lighting. God damn, bro. Like my man's was literally battling the elements,
Yeah.
shooting Leonardo DiCaprio in this blistering cold weather, and they had to go all the way south to find snow. They couldn't even go to the North Pole. It don't even snow up there no more.
Right.
Bonkers, but like, and I'm like, yo, like this film it feels so big. Like I love film that feels big, you know, and like Interstellar is one of those too, but like Interstellar's big in a different way. It's big in like,
Yeah.
look at what computers can do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like you can't go up into space and film a black hole. Like you can't do that.
Right.
You have to do that in the computer. The Revenant though, that shit is all outside. Like if
we're taking it to the woods. Yeah, exactly.
like if We Outside was a film, it's The Revenant. Like, you know, it's one of those. But also like even more recently, Sinners, man.
Yeah, I mean,
like
why not? You know, yeah.
You know, Sinners really stuck with me because it was like, man, like, damn, it really like. I mean, it sucks that it took 4 other films for Ryan Coogler's vision to be trusted, when I had never heard of the Coen brothers before Burn After Reading. And even when I watched Burn After Reading, I was like, this was funny, a little weird, but also really funny.
I love that movie.
I love that movie.
I get it.
No, I love Burn After Reading. I love that movie. I loved it. Hold on. My favorite shit is, what the fuck is this? What? Like, dude,
He's like, I have a drinking problem. Like,
yeah, he's like, I have a drinking problem. Larry, you're a fucking Mormon.
Like, next to you, all of us have a drinking problem. Yeah, that movie's crazy.
Yeah. But, I love that film.
But to your point about Coogler, because like that's an important point. So please keep making it.
No, yeah, it just sucks that like it takes as long as it takes for Coogler to get to make Sinners, for a studio to be like to trust a black voice enough to be like, yo, you got nothing but billions under your belt. You got nothing but bangers under your belt. Go crazy.
Cause like, and yeah, like he really, and like he did Black Panther, he did Creed, he did Fruitvale, and it's just like you keep in mind that like I think Sinners is like his 4th or 5th movie.
5th, yeah,
like, ever,
yeah,
you know, like ever, and it's just. I don't know. It made me so like I was one of those who went to go see it in IMAX twice. Mm-hmm. Like I saw it at the joint at Lincoln Square, the Lincoln Center IMAX, like the big one. Like I'm just happy for him because he's always been a favorite of mine. I love his vision. I love the fact that he's him. You know, and like all of his movies, like from Fruitvale to Sinners, all feel big, they feel lived in, they feel real, for lack of a better word. You know, like I don't know that I could ever sit down and watch Fruitvale Station again just because of how like
it's a lot,
like,
man. It's a lot,
really a lot. But like the way that he encapsulates Cali and like the BART trains and like all of that stuff, like having only been to California once, like that was that, like stuff like that. And like those other formative joints, like, you know, like Menace and Boys and you know, like Boys in the Hood and like whatever else, you know, like that was what I knew California to be. And those movies all feel, for like you said, big, and just like that they're worlds, you know, like you could like walk into them and like see them and interact with people. And like even with the vampires, like Sinners feels like that to me. You know, like it's like a big idea, a big swing. It's a lot to ask people to watch a movie that moves pretty slow for an hour that could kind of be categorized as something like The Irishman or something like The Departed or something like something like Honor, like we were talking about before. But then it's like, oh yeah, it's vampires, and then it just becomes a completely different kind of. It's like you gotta like, not only do you have to have a lot of trust and faith in your audience to follow you on that ride, you got to be able to execute. And that motherfucker executed. Like,
no, yeah, exactly.
He executed, you know?
Yeah. No, and it's like, it's always interesting to see, like, because you brought up The Irishman again after I brought up before, but like, it's funny because like even Scorsese, like when he goes on like these round table, like Hollywood Reporter, the round table shits, even Scorsese is like, yo, we couldn't get funding for The Irishman. People were like, yo,
and
it's
like,
too
what
long.
do you mean? Like, you're Martin Scorsese.
Like, and it's like, yo, if Scorsese, like, and that's the thing, right? Like, it is a race thing, but it also sometimes isn't. It's an industry thing, I feel like. Because it's like, Coogler's not going to get, Coogler can't get Sinners without making Fruitvale Station, Black Panther, like the other, you know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't get to make the movie he wants to make without that catalog. But then Scorsese fucking sitting at the Hollywood Reporter at that round table talking about, yeah, we were trying to make this movie for 10 years. We couldn't get funding. All right, bro. Like,
yeah,
like what hope do any of us have, bro, to get our shit made,
right.
you know?
Because like him, David Lynch was having a hard time getting funding before he passed.
Yeah.
John Waters, who I love, I'm a big John Waters fan. He can't get funding for his next. Like these are white men first and foremost.
Yeah.
But like these are people who
they're auteurs.
Not only, yeah, right. Like they're auteurs, and like they, like not even just that. Like they've completely bent and warped the way we see film and culture. You know, like like Twin Peaks busted everybody's head. If you've seen Pink Flamingos or Desperate Living or even just Hairspray, like John Waters like these are people who like permanently altered the way we perceive this shit.
Yeah.
And they can't get funding for their movies, and they're white. What
are
we talking about? Like, you serious? Like, that shit is nuts to me, bro. I don't get it. It makes me sad because then people are like, oh, like why don't we have more original movies? Like why is every other thing a sequel or a remake or a reboot? And it's like
it's because y'all don't go see the original shit,
right? That, and like people don't want, like people don't go see it, and then the studios and the distributors don't want to fund it.
Right?
And it's just like. But then they all complain like, oh, well, why don't we have this? And it's like, and I don't want to get too far off topic, but like, I remember when I never saw The Fabelmans, the Steven Spielberg movie that he made about his life, but I know David Lynch is in it. And to me, considering how much Steven Spielberg produces for other people, like it would have cost him nothing to have helped David Lynch make one. Like just hearing that Lynch had all these ideas and couldn't get funding for his fucking movies, and it's like, oh look, we have David Lynch in our movie. It just feels like you're like holding him up in front of the screen,
right.
It's just it's just, and once like these are white men we're talking of, like it's just like it can't be emphasized enough. So it's just man.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot, especially because it's like, yo, these are legends, bro. Like, and like, the thing
and like
is,
Charles Burnett. Sorry,
you good. Yeah.
Like Charles Burnett, who made Killer as Sheep. Like he's he's a black filmmaker. He's incredible. He's a legend. Like he's somebody who's kind of had to like finesse a bunch of different kinds of funding and do stuff himself and get lucky, and he made this incredible movie with Danny Glover called To Sleep with Anger in the 90s. And like these are the types of movies and these are the types of people and like images and whatever that like that deserves to be put up on a screen. Next to Sinners, in my opinion. I'm sorry. I needed to get that out.
No. It's all good. I'm over here looking up another film that I feel that way about, and it's this movie from 2006 called A Guide to Recognizing Your Saints.
Oh shit. I know that movie.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. That shit had all the heavy hitters in it. Like early, dude. Like Robert Downey Jr., Shia LaBeouf, Channing Tatum, Rosario Dawson. Fucking, and then it had legends in it too already, like Diane Weiss, Chaz Palminteri. Like that movie I watched for the first time with an ex who said it was her favorite film. So that's my way of like connecting with people. Like I'm like, what's your favorite movie? And then I'll watch it with them so that I gauge who they are, right? Like, and she was like, oh, she was like, it's that film. So we watched it together, and I'm like, damn, like this feels like I'm on the block with them, like this feels like I'm outside with these people, like, and it's crazy, like, cause I look at Dito Montiel, and his sort of filmography, right, and it's like everything he's made since just doesn't really measure up, and I feel like it's because he had to play the industry game, and like he made his like seminal work And then the industry was like, make this for us, make this for us, make this for us. And he just kept doing that. And like nothing really measured up to the sort of the guile of A Guide to Recognizing Your Saints. Like, just to your point about like, yo, these are white men like that. They can't get funding for their shit. Because you go one route, you could go one route and stick to your vision and be like, you're not funding this the way I want to make it. Fuck you, I'm out. Or you could, okay, you could go the Coogler's not white, obviously, but you could go the Coogler route. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna make what y'all want me to make for a little bit, but then we're gonna make my movie, you know. And I feel like Dito got that opportunity first, where A Guide to Recognizing Your Saints was breakout, crazy, like cult classic, and then the industry was like, hey, why don't you make this for us? And then, you know, but that's just my opinion. I don't know Dito personally. Love to work with him though, but you know, yeah.
And like it's interesting because like I remember when that movie came out, I saw the trailer for it, and like we got to remember this was 2 years before Iron Man happens and completely revitalizes Robert Downey Jr.'s career.
Yeah.
So like so you know, like Son really got in on the ground floor in a way that other people didn't.
Yeah.
And like once again, like the cast is all there. Mm-hmm. Like like it was, I don't know, like some people, it's just always unfortunate to see people get penalized for being early on stuff like that. Like in the long run, get penalized for being early to stuff like that. But you know, and like you know, like to go back to like black filmmakers for a second before we move on, like you think of somebody like Jordan Peele, who got, I mean, like of course he had a whole career as a comedian. Key and Peele's a huge hit, but like he got lucky that Get Out was the like undeniable pop cultural phenomenon, like everyone's favorite horror movie. Like he struck gold from the jump, and then he was able to parlay that into Monkey Paw, and now of course like he's only made 3 movies, and like I don't know how people feel about Us. I like Us. To me, it's the weakest of the 3 movies. Like, but to me, Nope and Get Out are like, we'll be talking about both those movies in 30 years. Like they're both incredible. I mean, like I also like Us. I think Lupita Nyong'o's performance in Us is one we'll be talking about in 30 years. But like, it's just, you need to be Jordan Peele and strike right in the sweet spot to get in. Or be Ryan Coogler and just become undeniable and get to the point where you can make the movie you want to make and get the rights reverted back to you in 20. I don't think people understand.
Yeah.
People don't get how important that is.
He just secured his retirement.
Right.
Like doing that. Like getting the rights back after 20 years is him saying, hey, in 20 years, nobody can say shit to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's fuck you money, bro.
Yeah. In 20 years, y'all can't tell me fuck all, you know, and that's definitely a move I respect from on Coogler's part. And like any aspiring film shit, I'm writing right now, and that shit, I'm like, okay, word. Like the Bad Bunny deal is that on the music side for me. Right. But on the film side, it's like, oh, getting my rights. Holy shit, bro. Like, and like, I'm pretty sure that I'm just speculating here, but I want to say, you know, que Dios lo libre y lo guarde. Pero like, if anything should happen to Ryan, I'm pretty sure his estate gets those rights back anyway. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I mean? We here, bro. Like, like it's happening no matter what. Yeah, I know those execs were in that office like, what do you mean? Why would you want the rights back? I mean,
it's not like you need those.
I mean, it's not like, you know, I mean, what? I mean, come on. You think people are going to care about this movie in 20 years? You should just let us have it. I mean, come on, Ryan. We're friends, right? I mean, come on. We're giving
in my pool, bro.
Come on. I mean, come on, Ryan. Infinity pool. All right. You don't see those every day, Ryan. Come on. Just let us keep the rights, please, Ryan. Please.
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, son. Like
he was like, hey, you know, he was in that studio like, I hear where y'all coming from, but I'm gonna just have to keep it 100. Like, I might just need those rights back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was in that motherfucker like this. That Bay Area shit. Like,
you don't want to start nothing.
Like, I never thought, I didn't think that I needed to hear that accent explain Kodak film to me until that video of him being like,
And
of him being like, yeah, so this is super wide. So what you gonna do is when you
yeah.
shoot on the super wide, then you condense it back to the to the screen. I'm like, yo, this is incredible. I'm like,
Yeah,
this
no,
is
yeah, no,
incredible.
he said like this version over here has like 3 perforations,
Yeah,
and this
yeah,
one's
yeah.
got 5 perforations,
Yeah,
and I'm
this one
just like,
got
oh,
five. This one got
and I'm
five
just like,
perforations.
to me, like that's one of the things I've always loved about Ryan Coogler is like he's never code switched. He's
Mm-mm.
always been like that from the time he started, and
Yeah,
like I know it was millions of people who saw that who didn't give a shit about the different versions of like celluloid and film presentation
yeah,
who completely fell in love with IMAX after watching that video.
yeah,
You know, like this is like I've talked to people who don't care about this stuff, and they were like, "Did you see Ryan Coogler talking about this?" And like, and they would like break it down, and I'm like, "The shit worked." I wanted to like cry, just like as
yeah,
somebody who's like actively, yeah, like just it made me so happy. You know, like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like regardless of how people might feel about the movie, because like I've heard every opinion possible. Like, you can't deny that it's a net positive that this movie was as big as it was, that the
Mm-hmm.
marketing campaign was as big as it was, that the fact that it was able to sell out IMAXs all over the country and the world like 3, 4, 5, 6 times over. Like, this is all a net positive.
And
You
stay,
know,
and
like
the fact
it's
that it stayed in theaters as long as it did, because that's
right.
you're lucky if your shit lasts a week. Good,
Yeah.
and even better luck to you if your shit come out the same week as a Marvel flick. Good fucking lord,
Right.
like forget it, bro. Premiere that,
and
save that cut and premiere that shit at Sundance, bro. Like, you know,
right. And even now, like even the Marvel movies are starting to they're starting to feel the pressure a little bit. Fantastic Four isn't holding on the way they expected it to.
yeah,
Thunderbolts didn't hold on the way they, you know, like it's you know, like it's starting to get hard to really get people to want to go to the movies. And
mhm.
like Sinners, like literally every person I know went to go see Sinners. Like
Yeah,
people like I've talked to people on this podcast who are like, I haven't been to the movies in 5, 6 years. I
yeah,
went to go see, you know, like
yeah,
that's, you can't buy that.
hmm
You can't buy that. You can't like boardroom market test that. Like it just, you never know. It's just gonna, anyway. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm rambling.
Nah,
But
nah, but it's true though. Like, you literally never know. You never know when some shit
yeah.
gonna take off.
But I want to know for you, I want to do the same thing with music. When did music, I mean like we're from the East Coast, you're from the Bronx. This feels like a really stupid question to ask. When did music become capital M music for you? You know, like not even in terms of wanting to make it, but just being fascinated by, once again, it feels like a dumb question, but please.
Nah, nah, it's not a dumb question at all. Uh, so as a kid, I grew up on 1153. I grew up in 1153 Grand Concourse, apartment 2D. That's where I
Mm,
used to live at. And I spent my early life there. I remember being a baby there, like, and on the bottom floor, it's a deli now, but it used to be a record store. It used to be like a music shop. And my mom would just kind of take me in there after school on certain days, just to, like, because she was friends with, like, the shopkeeper. So she would go in there,
uh-huh.
talk to him, they'd have, like, conversation, whatever. And I would just be, browsing through old tapes and shit. I had Jay-Z's Volume 2 on cassette. Um,
Yeah.
and and that was one of the first instances of, like me falling in love with music, because it felt like that, like, as a kid, right? I was like 6 or 7, or no, I was in like first grade at the time, I remember. So I was maybe like 9, like 8 or 9, and that was the most powerful I had ever felt, because, like, I grabbed this cassette and I put it into my stepdad's stereo, and I just hit play, and I'm like, yo, like, it was like, holy shit. And I didn't understand anything he was talking about, like, you know what I mean? It's Jigga, bro. Like he would, by this
Yeah.
time he was already on grown man timing by Volume 2, by Hard Knock Life, Um,
Yep.
but that was cool. I remember, and then I remember, like, it became like a weekly thing. It became like a weekly thing of, like, my mom coming to get me from school, and then us hitting this record store, and then me just getting because cassettes were cycling out at that time, so the cassettes were the cheapest thing, like in the bin. So I would just like browse through the cassettes and just grab whatever. And I had, I rap about this like a couple times, but I remember like I said I have this bar where I'm like Raekwon's first tape in the deck same day the towers fell, and like that was like real, like the Twin Towers fell. My mom came to get me from school, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So like I just went home and I was like, oh well, I got this new tape, or new to me, you know, like I got a new tape.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And this was in like 03, well 01 obviously because that's when the towers fell. But this is 01.
Yeah.
So Only Built for Cuban Linx is a few years old at this point, but it was new to me. I throw that shit in there, bro. I remember hearing fucking Incarcerated Scarfaces for the first time, and I'm like, yo, this sounds like a movie. Like, this sounds like a movie. Like, you know, he's like, he looks determined, and then he's like, I know, we're not supposed to trust anyone in our profession anyway, and then I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like 9 years old, and he's like, I move rhymes like retail, make sure shit sell. From where we at to my man sell. Like, what? Ah! Yeah, dude, like that shit. That's when it like changed for me, and that's when I'm like, yo, wow. Raekwon painting pictures, like, and I'm like 9 years old. So I'm like, what the fuck, like, so that's when music became capital M music for me.
Yo, yeah, I mean, like that album just turned 35 this year too, so it's like it's been on my mind heavy, and just I don't know, like Ice Cream Man is just like one of the I mean, like to me to this day still that's my favorite song on that whole album. Like I love Ice Cream Man, love Incarcerated Scarfaces. There's like 3 Capadonna verses on there that could go up with any of my favorite rap verses I've ever heard. I don't know, like Guillotine, fucking the fuck, why am I forgetting his name? Not, damn it,
the feature I should on know Guillotine? This.
Yeah, fucking why am I forgetting Son's name? Poisonous paragraphs, bastard on the master. Inspector Deck. Fuck me. Yeah, no, Inspector. Yeah, I don't know where my brain just went. Like that's yeah. Anyway, yeah, like I love that album. Super important. Crazy to consider that you heard that for the first time when the towers fell. Like that's like that's an album to lose your innocence to in a lot of ways. You know, like that's some other shit.
And I remember it sounded like, and I remember being like scared. I remember thinking that Ghost really died in that skit. Like when I was a kid, like I remember thinking like when he's like, oh shit, I'm hit, God. Here, take this. He's like, yo, don't even worry about me, God. Yo, shit, man. Yo, fuck, like yo, I'm hit. Don't even worry about that shit, God. Just go, just take this. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like I'm like, yo, they really shot my man's on tape. Like
no.
I'm like, they really shot Ghost on tape, bro. No. It was wild, man. It was a wild feeling. So yeah, definitely the album to lose your innocence to. At fucking 9 years old. Yeah.
Like I mean, like growing up, like going through those cassettes and through CDs and shit. Like what else were you listening to around that time? Because of course, like like you're also like once again in the Bronx. Like it's music everywhere. Everywhere in New York, but particularly out there. Like what else are you absorbing from CDs and just from
probably the world? Pun was still everywhere, man. Because if I'm not mistaken, he died in 2000. So like the couple of years like following his death, people were bumping Pun heavy. So I would see, and I would still see his stickers everywhere, like the Jumpman, like the fat Jumpman, like, you know what I'm saying? Like The Capital Punishment. The Capital Punishment stickers. Yeah, the fat Jumpman with the mic. Classic. Yeah, those were all over my building, in my lobby, like on the street. So I remember Pun. What else was I listening to? I was listening to a lot of Linkin Park. I was listening to Mana, this like Mexican rock band. At least I believe they're Mexican. Yeah, they were played heavy in my household. I'm Dominican, so I grew up on a lot of like bachata, merengue, like shit like that. Yeah, I was listening to pretty much like I've been listening to like everything from an early age because I've been blessed enough to not be surrounded by people who were like, oh, don't listen to that. Like, nah, that shit is weird. That's whack. Like, whatever. Like, and even if I did hear that stuff, my mom was always like, shout out to Ma Dukes, bro. Like, my mom has always been like my biggest supporter. Always been like, nah, be yourself. Fuck that, bro. Like, fuck what anybody talking about because I fuck with you. And like, I'ma support you. So I was like, all right, if mommy behind it, fuck what anybody else got to say. Because at the end of the day, I go home and I'm with mom. So, like at school, if anybody got some bullshit to say, it don't matter. I'm only there, but 8 hours a day. Like when I go lay my head to rest at night, I know that environment is a safe place for me to be myself. So that shit never really affected me, even when I did hear it. But I was always into like, I was always into everything really. And then like also growing up, in that record store, it was very much a book by its cover environment. There was no Spotify. Like you just pick a tape, you look at the cover, you read the back and you just go. Just go from there. There was one tape that my mom didn't let me have. And hold on. I'm looking it up right now. There was one tape my mom didn't let me get because she was like afraid of it. Like she was like, nah, this is too much. Mm-hmm. And it was DMX's Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood.
Oh, of course. Him covered in blood. Yeah.
Like that cover was insane. Like my mom was like, hell fucking no. Like we not. And then later on in life, I heard the album and I was like, you know what? I was like, you know what?
Maybe
shout out
she
to
was
mom,
right.
bro. Shout out to my mom for real, because she was like, She was like, you know what? Maybe not this one. So that's kind of how I found out. But yeah, I've been listening to everything from early.
Man, so I mean, like considering that you were taking all this different stuff from all these different corners of music, and when did you start making music? And when did you know that making music was going to become more than just a hobby for you and something that you were going to like actively pursue alongside just all the other things you do, like once again, between just like being just like a presence and a podcast host, like when did you decide you were actually going to take music seriously?
So I've been like, okay, so in middle school, I started doing spoken word, like slam poetry. I hated that shit. Still hate it. That shit sounds weird as hell to me. Just put that shit on a beat, man. Like, I'm sorry, man. Slam poetry, like, it's awkward. Like, it's like you just up there talking. Like, I don't know. But this is coming.
It's like.
But this is coming from experience. Like, I'm not just some hater. You know what I mean? Like, this is coming from experience and like feeling weird doing it. So to the point now where I can't digest that shit the way I can't just stand there listening to somebody talk passionately and go, that no. So it don't like put that shit on an instrumental, man. But I took
unless you're like a battle rapper or some shit, but even then,
something. But like So it started in middle school because all my poetry was rhyming anyway. Like that's just where I felt comfortable. Right. That's just the pocket I was comfortable in. And then I took home some championships from my middle school. And then because of that, my high school scouted me, and I did the same thing in high school. But like I only did that shit for like 2 years because I was like, hey, this feels weird. Like this feels silly to me. So then after that, I linked with one of my close friends. We've been tight for like 10 years now. Mr. Pink, he's a DJ and slash producer slash engineer. He engineered some of my first stuff I was making when I was like 17. It was awful. I have scrubbed it from the internet. It's not good, and I never wanted to see the light of day ever again. But that was when I was like, oh, okay, like we recording in the closet, like we're recording in the closet, sock over the mic type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so I'm like, okay, like this could be a thing, and I had a show, and like way more people than I thought would turn up, and I'm like, yo, like damn, like I didn't know this many people like wanted to hear me say things. So I'm like, okay. And then I linked up with like these guys who were way older than me. They're called Faux Pas. At the time, they were called Faux Pas. A couple of them are still active, but they linked with me early. Like I was still like I was like freshly 18. They were like 24, 25 a piece. And they were like, nah, man, you just spitting some real shit. Like we really fuck with your energy. We really fuck with what you're saying. The fact that you're so young is insane. So they really respected, what I was doing. So I'm like, okay, people are showing up to my shows. I'm getting this notoriety from other rappers. Like they're like fucking with me. The scene is like fucking with me. And I'm like, okay, like maybe I should really do this. And then at 24, I had kids, and a lot of that stuff had to stop because I had to really lock in like tattooing. I was already tattooing for years at this point, but it wasn't until I had kids that I'm like, okay, the extracurriculars and like the other stuff kind of got to take a back seat a little bit. And then now I'm at the point now where like the kids are old enough where they not that they need me less, but like they're easier to take care of now. So it's like they could do their own thing type shit and sometimes they'll help me mix a record. Sometimes they'll help me, like they'll give their own opinion, opinions on like records and shit. Like whenever I make new music, I'm like, yo guys, like Daddy made a new song. Do you want to hear it? And they're like, yeah, they're so excited. They have like favorites and stuff. It's funny, like they love my darkwave stuff. They love that shit. So it's like as long as they like it, I don't give a fuck what nobody else gotta say.
Yeah, man.
So but yeah,
rest is all gravy.
Thank you, man. Yeah, but yeah, I guess you could say like around the end of high school, like beginning of like right when I turned like 18, like around 18, 19 is when I'm like, okay, like this music shit is like here to stay for real. But I feel like I've always known that it was going to be super important to me.
Yeah, and yeah, like you got to a point where you established yourself one or two other ways, and then of course your kids get older, and you're just like, okay, let me like finally find my way back to this and like turn it into a thing. And then of course like Urban Tundra happens in 2024. Like you of course had put out music before that, but this like you said, like the way you've described it over the course of this interview has been like, this is I love this stuff. I want to make this. I'm gonna put it out, see what happens, and like it's still kind of growing in a way that seems like progress. At least by the way you've described it. So like just because like just for posterity, like walk me through creating Urban Tundra, really embracing this dark wave stuff, and what that initial wave of response to it was.
Yeah. So Urban Tundra was actually like so Urban Tundra is part of a series called Seasons, and my idea behind this was like, I'm gonna make this music that is first of all infinitely marketable because the seasons are gonna come around every year, and second, different than anything I had done previously, and I was like. And I had like just recently been put on to darkwave by a coworker, who was a tattoo artist at the shop I used to work at. Shout out Sammy out of Addicted to Ink. But Sammy was like, "Yo, you ever heard like Turkish darkwave?" And I'm like, "Turkish darkwave? Neither of those words are in the Bible." So I'm like, "Nah, put me on."
Right.
Yeah. So I'm like, "Nah, put me on." So he put me on to this band from Turkey called She Passed Away, but PAST. Not PASSED. She passed away, and I'm like, damn, this shit bangs. turns out I had always been into goth music. I just didn't know what it was called. Like I didn't know like The Cure and like Susie and the Banshees and like you know what I mean, like shit like that. Like I had always been into that. I just didn't know that it had a name, and I didn't know that the more electronic stuff was called cold wave, dark wave, synth wave, like post punk. Like I didn't know it was called that. So as Sammy put me on, She Passed Away, then it just opened my world up, and for like a year and a half, that was like all I listened to. So I was like, yo, this kind of had, and it was also around like, it was around like maybe 2019. So like the drill, like the drill sound was sort of still making its rounds in New York. And I was like, yo, yep. They're in the similar tempo, the dark wave post punk stuff and the drill stuff. What if I just like kind of put this together? And then I started working on Urban Tundra. But Urban Tundra wouldn't come to fruition until like 2 years later because I'm like, okay, well, by the time I had thought it was finished, it was like May. So I'm like, all right, I'm not about to put out an album called fucking Urban Tundra in May, you know?
Yeah, no, it makes no sense.
So I'm like, fuck it, let's do like, okay, what about a summer EP? Because I can't do a whole ass album before the summer's up. I could probably finesse an EP though. And I made Dark Summer. Dark Summer drops, and then I'm like, okay, all right, well, I guess we need one for the autumn. So I'm like, what am I for the fall? So I'm like, what am I gonna call it? Like Dark Fall? No, that's stupid. So I'm like, oh, Solemn Autumn. So Solemn Autumn happens, you know. Then after that, Urban Tundra happens, and then after Urban Tundra, it's Sullen Spring. So all of this music culminates in what I call the Seasons series. And it's this collection of music. And if you there's a playlist on my artist profile called Seasons, and it's meant for you to listen to it chronologically. So it's kind of like film, right? Like my love of film bleeds into my music in the sense that like I want you to listen to it in this way. So like if you listen, So like if you listen to the end of Sullen Spring, I think the last track on there is Reactor. And if you listen to the end of Reactor is Mero, of all people. Shout out to Kid Mero, you know, Victory Life family.
Shout out to
Mero.
I mean?
It's Mero at the end, like, yo, this shit is wild different. I'm in my bag. Yo, you got a light? And it ends. And then the beginning of Dark Summer is him flicking the lighter. So it's meant for you to listen to on a loop. So I always had this idea of like world building. That's another thing I really like because I'm a fantasy fan as well. So building the world of Urban Tundra was like a ghost on Tremont, like on Dark Summer, it's a wolf on Decatur, you know, on Sullen Spring, it's the Fae of Van Cortlandt. So it's like I'm building this sort of urban dark fantasy world around the music that I make, and it's all centered around the Bronx. Like I want to make the Bronx this like this map of this fleshed out sort of dark fantasy world, and that's part of why I wear the armor too. So it's like. It may look like I do all these different things, but everything is connected. Everything. From the fashion to the music to film to the podcast, like everything, you know? So it's all been symbiosis, you know? It's all been like an interwoven sort of process. And like Urban Tundra came together through all of that.
That's so like, you know, like that's the type of shit I'm talking about. That's why Real Notes exists.
To
talk about things like this and just people like figuring out a way to funnel it all back to this one thing, just like a boy from the Bronx who does tattoos and loves Gundams and loves fantasy shit and just like figuring out a way to like, because I don't know, like maybe I just feel that way because that's how I go. That you know, like that's how I consume everything. Like everything's related to everything. Nothing's like
nothing exists in a vacuum.
Squared off. Like nothing exists in a vacuum, you know? Like, like I listen to music while I play games. I fucking like I'm always tuned into whatever, like forget just the music, but just like sound generally when it comes to movies and just like I just can't shut my brain off in that way.
Yeah.
Just where like everything's connected to everything. Like how does this inform that? Does this inform that? Why is it interesting that this thing is over here by itself, but everything else is operating over here. And is there a way for it to come together? You know, like I don't know. I think like I'm also a sucker for anything like seasons, like fall, spring, winter, summer, like related, like that. Like, yeah, because like I can think of plenty of albums of mine that are, or plenty of albums that are favorites of mine that do that, or I mean like not that exact same concept, but like stuff that plays around with like this is
like this is
autumn,
fall
this
music,
is winter,
this is summer music. You know,
right,
yeah.
right,
And
yeah, no, like that's
yeah, no, that's for anyone listening or watching, like look up Rainey on Spotify. Go to the seasons
Please.
playlist. Let that shit rock from the beginning. I know that we have moved past this as a culture of like just trying things and just going into things blind. I know that we are now used to a TikToker telling us what to like, telling us where to go, telling us what to eat. I'm telling you, like, I'm not telling you it's the greatest music ever made. I know it isn't, because a lot of it is very experimental. I was very unfamiliar with darkwave as a production. I was very unfamiliar with the trappings of goth music, how it's supposed to sound versus what risks to take. I know all this, but I'm telling you, go on Spotify, look up Rainey. It's Rainey in all caps. Scroll down, go to that seasons playlist, let that shit rock from the top, and just see how you feel. And just wait till the end, right? Even if you don't like a movie, you still. I've never. There's been films that I've hated, Cine, bro. There's films that I've hated the whole time I was watching it. You think I'm gonna get up and leave? Nah, I gotta see this shit through. I've never once gotten up and left out of film. Not once ever in my life. And I don't think I'll ever do that.
Oh man.
I don't think I'll ever do it.
Man.
You know?
I have so much respect for you for that, because I don't do that, and I don't do that anymore. But like I could think of like 4 that were so bad that I had to leave. But like I'm there now. Like I could think of 3 that I seen in the theater this year where I wasn't feeling it, but like I wanna sit through it, have the whole experience, have an opinion. It's of course gonna be different if you're watching some shit at home. And like you make it 30 minutes in, and it's like it's just not doing it for me. Like me and my lady do that all the time. We've DNF'd a lot of shit that way.
Yeah.
but you know, it's just I like I'm like when it comes to music and movies, I'm big on the holistic experience of just like being there. And even if you don't like it, it's just I always think of it as like like as somebody who also like writes about movies and music, it's always just like that's just another thing for you to use to sharpen your craft and keep your wits about you.
You come away from it different, whether you liked it or not. You know, and like I feel like we should treat music the same. Like this, like the singles culture that we're in, I've finally warmed up to it, and I'm like, you know what? This actually makes mad sense. I'm gonna just drop singles until y'all deserve an album. You know? Right. And like even when you drop an album, bro, people only really gravitate towards certain songs, towards certain shit. Nobody ingests bodies of work beginning to end, or at least very rarely. But fuck, I actually had a question for you, but I forgot it. But I'm gonna try to think about it. Shit. No. I remember now. I remember now. Okay.
Go.
What's a film that you ended up watching either unintentionally or by mistake, or that you ended up very positively impacted by? And if you need time to think about it, I can go. Let me go first. See.
So you go first. I'm scrolling through my letterbox. Give me 1 second, because I want to have a good answer for this one.
Okay, so on my birthday many years ago, I was supposed to see the movie The Road, which is very depressing. Viggo Mortensen plays this post-apocalyptic dad just trying to protect his son in the wasteland. Very depressing movie.
Yeah, and he gives his son the coke and shit. Yeah, so it's a fucked up movie.
Movie. Very depressing. But we got in that motherfucker. We smoked beforehand. It was my birthday, so my friends lit me up. And we was just in that bitch. Like, before the movie even started, right? We just in that bitch laughing. And like, so at the time, I didn't know that The Road was a novel. I didn't know that The Road was adapted from a book. So I guess there must have been fans of the book in the crowd or whatever. But keep in mind, the movie has not started. So we just laughing in there, giggling. And some lady up front is like, can you guys keep it down? We're like, yo, bitch, the movie ain't even fucking start. Mind your business. Turn around. Shut the fuck up. And then some guy next to her is like, hey, you don't talk to her like that. And then some guy way down is like, yeah, you guys are rude. I'm like, okay, all right, you know what? And my friend Xiomara, bro, she was like, nah, fuck this. We out of here before I smack one of these motherfuckers, bro. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, we were like, what the hell? Like, you're not gonna tell 4 Bronx people, because if we were disrupting the film, it would have been one thing. But bro, the previews ain't even started yet. We just in there having a good time, like. God damn, bro.
Yeah, unwritten rule right there is like, if the movie hasn't started, it's
anything
open
goes.
season. Do whatever the fuck
anything
you want.
goes.
Like once the movie starts, shut up. But like
the movie hadn't even started yet.
Cool. Yeah,
my friend Xiomara like, nah, we gotta get out of here before I black on one of these white ass bitches. Like going crazy. Word. So we leave out the theater, and what was in theaters the same week as The Road? Motherfucking Black Dynamite.
Oh my god, no way.
Yeah, dude. I saw Black Dynamite unintentionally in theaters because we got like unofficially we got voted out of The Road. So we was like, yo, you know what?
Wow.
So they was like, all right, so like what do you want to watch? And I was like, because they let me decide, because it was like, all right, it's Rainey's birthday. Like, what do you want to watch? And I'm like, you know what? This looks like really cool, and I really fuck with Michael Jai White. So let's just watch Black Dynamite. Yo, I went in that bitch blind, bro. I hadn't seen a trailer, nothing.
I'm so jealous.
Holy shit. I'll never forget that shit, bro. Yo, when he hits I threw that shit before I walked in the room. Like
I walked in the room.
Yo, and when fiendish Dr. Wu is like, he like looks at his henchman and he's like, what the fuck? Go after Black Dynamite.
Yeah, he fucking rips his eyes out. And he comes. He's like, "I told you." You told him to keep an eye out.
And and he's like, "But Black Dynamite, I sell drugs to the community.
I sell drugs in the community."
And he's like, nah, can you dig it? He's like, hell no, I can't dig it.
I can't dig it. It's fucking and that's fucking
Bokeem Woodbine,
who's like, the boy, the fucking legend.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm so happy you brought this up because that's my favorite movie of all time. I'm so happy. Like literally, it's like there's movies. It's and I know it's my favorite because there are definitely movies that are quote unquote better. I've never laughed harder in my entire life than I did the first time I watched Black Dynamite. And like I knew about it, so I had seen trailers. I was like excited to watch it. So like I had a different. I didn't go in blind, but like I just rewatched it like 2-3 months ago. It's one of those like I'll throw it on. I could quote the whole literally from line 1 from the Anaconda malt liquor commercial to the Reagan White House. I will quote the whole damn movie. Like it'll be riff tracks in that motherfucker. Like I'm just gonna be talking the whole time.
Yes, I can dig it. Like, yes, I can dig it.
yes, I can dig it. Oh my god.
Yo, wait, my favorite shit. My favorite shit is the origin of chicken and waffles, bro. Just being baked into that film for no reason. Like when he's like, "Oh man, my business is struggling. I don't know. Like I'm gonna have to figure something out." And then they order him mad food, and then he's like, "Yo." And then the server is like, "Oh, best we could do is some chicken and waffles." I mean, you fucking Tony Richardson's like, chicken and waffles?
Chicken
and then Roscoe's like, that's it! Fucking.
And like beforehand, it was like chili and donuts, like just inspired, bro. I don't even know. Like I want to say the last 10 minutes aren't as good as the first hour and 10 minutes, but like that first hour and 10 minutes is like perfect. It's just like it's the best version of exactly what it's trying to be, which is a note perfect dressing down celebration of everything's blaxploitation. Like I literally incorporated I'm gonna put my ankle in it And like I say that shit to this day. Like if somebody does something crazy, we always say like put a foot in it. I jump right to bullhorn. Like you put your ankle in that shit.
Yeah.
Like congratulate, like it like
Yeah.
yeah. So like I'm jealous of you because that's such a beautiful going in blind first experience type of movie that you had no idea what it was about.
That's right, baby.
Like
cream corn. I'm running things. I'm running things.
I'm running things. Oh my god. His whole character is
so good.
It's just too much. And like Tommy Davidson is incredible already, but like him, Honeybee, Bullhorn, everybody, every character in that just Black Dynamite's perfect. And I never got to see it in a theater either. I'm so fucking
Euphoria, shut the fuck up. I know that was you. I don't even gotta look.
The whole so how about I say
Crenshaw Pete with his hot ass coat hangers, bitch. Would you like that?
Yeah. She said and then it's just the cut to him just like
yeah. Oh man.
And then we meet Crenshaw Pete in the scene with the Council of Pimps.
He doesn't say anything but we know it's him.
He just looks at the camera. He looks at the camera and just goes,
yeah. And then fucking and then Arsenio Hall in that motherfucker, bro. Like, it's like I love Black Dynamite because it's the most. Black Dynamite is the most if you know movie ever. Like that shit is so baked with like, oh, there's this person. This person's like there's people in that movie for like 5 seconds flat, and you're like, yo, and they're gone. And like, it's one of those films, man. It's like, man, I love that monologue where he's like, when you're ready for real revolution, you call me. But until then, I suggest you shut the fuck up while grown folks is talking.
Fuck up when grown folks is talking.
He's like,
and then the guy just comes in and he's just like, I'm sorry.
Yo. And then Black Dynamite turns around, he's like, I was gonna fuck him. Yo. Holy shit, man.
Once again, like that, like this whole podcast could be about Black 100%. Dynamite if I let it go too long. But like, god damn, what a movie. But I do have an answer. I have an anecdote and an answer. So this isn't a movie that I enjoyed at all, but I went to go see. Me and the homies we were supposed to go see Legion, but me and my homie Kyle, shout out to Kyle, we didn't have our driver's licenses at the time, so we didn't have photo ID to get us into the R-rated movie. So we decided to go see The Lovely Bones instead, because that was the only other thing that was playing around the same time that the homies were going to see Legion. But we go into that theater early, and for some reason, they're playing The Blind Side, but upside down and in reverse. Like the film is like this, and literally it's upside down and it's going backwards. Like I don't know if they were like rewinding.
I think they were rewinding the film reel, like in the projection room.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Right. So like I sat like I got into the theater earlier than I was supposed to, so I'm just like watching them rewind The Blind Side, and I hate that fucking movie. It's
literally
terrible,
it's just white savior the movie.
Yeah, and in the worst possible ways, but just watching it was like the scene where she's at the football field with him, and it's incomprehensible garbage, and it's just like funny to watch. But that just came into my head when we were just talking about movie theater experiences. But a most recent one it's not a movie theater experience, but I didn't know anything about it before I watched it. But me and my lady were looking for something to watch, and we stumbled on this movie called Palm Springs. With Andy Samberg, and I'm forgetting the woman's name. I feel so terrible. I'll come back to it. But like, it's like Groundhog Day, but it takes place on the day of this woman's sister's wedding, and the day just keeps starting over and over and over again. Like Andy Samberg just keeps reliving the day of like waking up in the hotel, waking up at the resort, moving around, like having all these interactions that are like some are good, some are bad, but it's literally just Groundhog Day. Somehow,
Palm Springs. It's Palm Springs, right?
Yeah. No, Yeah. It's called Palm
Okay.
Springs. It came out in 2020. Kristen Milioti, I think is the woman's name, but like
She's in Penguin
like
now.
she somehow
Yeah. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, her. She gets incorporated into the time loop.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like the two of them reliving the same day over and over in this time loop. And it was just like a really dope like dramedy about growing up and relationships and self-confidence, and like it was funny, it was smart, it hit every every check mark that I look for from like it's like a high concept sci-fi dramedy movie, which I just wasn't expecting that vibe at
Yeah.
all. Like it's like up there on some like Back to the Future, Groundhog Day. Like it really just is. It's like the perfect mix of highbrow and lowbrow comedy, and like I had never heard of
Mm-hmm.
it. We just stumbled across it. I watched it and I was like, wow, this is really
Yeah.
dope. Like like reading the description, I was like, it sounds like it might be kind of stupid, but I watched it and I was like, it was
Yeah.
tight. Like it's definitely one of the best things from. It came out in 2020, so this is one of the best things I've seen this decade. I really enjoyed it, and I wasn't expecting to. I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. And like 30 minutes in, we look at each other and we're like, this is kind of
Mm-hmm.
tight. Like this
Yeah.
is cool. But that was the most recent example I could think of something that I had not even that I expected to go in disliking. I didn't know what it
Mm-hmm.
was, and I came out like that was
Yeah.
worth it. And like that could even be one that like I could imagine watching on like a
Mm-hmm.
holiday, or like over the holidays with family or something. It's one of
Oh, for
those.
sure. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that
It was dope.
I remember seeing like trailers and stuff about that movie. I never like got around to watching it for real, but everyone I know that has seen it has said good things about it. So definitely more incentive to check it out for me for sure.
Yeah, nah, find it if you
Yeah.
can. And anybody listening, I've probably talked about it 80 million times on here. Go watch Black Dynamite, like tomorrow. Um, but there's only so like there's a couple other things I wanted to touch on before we formally
Mm-hmm.
wrap this. The first being, it's so funny because we both kind of covered this thing in different respects. If people did or didn't hear, Erica Badu and Alchemist put out some AI bullshit earlier this summer. I wrote a whole article
Mm-hmm.
about it. It really it made me feel a lot of things. I'm a big fan of them both. I love them both. Right before I put that piece out, you put in 2 cents about it
Mm-hmm.
and made a song
Mm-hmm.
about it, and it made me very happy to see somebody directly just kind of like make it into a song and turn it into something that was
Just like address it.
like because
Yeah.
like people, right, like people just like because like people will go to bat for their star, and they won't want to read shit and be like, oh, just get in the booth or whatever, and like you got in the
Yeah.
booth and made a song about it. Like I've been so curious about the process behind you making like just like walk me through that moment,
Yeah.
like deciding like I'm making a song about
Yeah.
this shit, you
So
know.
the song is called Equivalent Exchange, and I
Uh-huh.
on the
And it's got Scar on
on the
it.
cover
Yeah.
it's a Scar from Full Metal Alchemist, who has a sworn vendetta against state alchemists for the genocide of his people of Ishbala, which is an insane parallel. An insane parallel. And like when I put that shit together, I'm like, nah, he got to be the cover. Even if I don't mention Scar at all, him being the cover is like, yo, like you should know what time it is. Like if it's one of those if you know moments. It's like, oh, I'm addressing Alchemist with a track with Scar on the cover. Like, okay, like we're gonna see what this is about. And yeah, so okay, to be as thorough as possible and as transparent as possible for our listeners and viewers. I don't know if AI was used in the music. My problem was with the
Yeah.
AI in the visual.
Same.
My
Same.
issue
Same.
was with the AI in the visual, because you're Alchemist, bro. Like you tapped in. you're not telling me that there's no way that you don't know any animators. There's no fucking way that you don't know any animators. And it hurt me a lot because Alchemist is someone I look up to and someone that I respect a lot in this field, in this music thing. So if I thought that anybody would be against this shit, it's Alchemist, someone who's had to get it out the mud pretty much his entire career. Someone who has been in these rooms, shaking these hands next to these people, really, you know what I'm saying, hand over fist, like really, yo, here's getting it to the people. Like the most human artist I can think of, the most human producer I can think of, launching shit from his studio, 20 coffees a day, not sleeping. Like, I'm like, yo, if anybody would be against AI, it's this guy. Then I see this bullshit fucking fake ass Disney AI whatever bullshit, right? And I'm like, oh man, not you, Al. Like, what the fuck, bro? And I'm like, hey, Al, like, I respect you, I fuck with you, but like, this is disappointing to see. And then he's like, yo, notice how he didn't say nothing about the music. And I'm like, right, because that wasn't, in my head, I didn't say this, but in my head, I was like, right, because that wasn't the point. Like, if you used AI in the music, that's a whole different conversation. But the AI in the visual is disheartening. That's it. That's all I was saying. Then he goes on this hours-long tirade, responding to a bunch of other people, doubling, tripling, quadrupling down. And then he takes shots at me on some sneaky shit, like, yo, by the way, before you let off your opinions, make sure you actually listen to the track. And I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, that's what we're doing? All right. So I let him go back and forth with other people all day on the timeline. Meanwhile, I'm just writing and I'm looking for the sample. And the sample I chose was damn, hold on. I'm fuck, the name escapes me, but I'll find it right now. But it's that one track that it's like, when you find the girl you love has gone. Yeah, it's You Can't Blame Me. Yeah, that's the name of the track by Tatum and Durr. Yeah. And it's just that first 8 bars, that first 8 bars of the instrumental on a loop. So I'm like, okay, I need something somber, but something drumless, first of all. Because I'm like, yo, I'm in this lane. Like, I want to communicate that I'm in this lane too. That I'm not somebody to play with. I'm not just some guy on Twitter saying something to you. Right. Like, I'm in this field. I'm really outside, and I'm really from it, bro. So, like, drumless sample that I looped myself, no AI anywhere. And the whole time, I'm like, okay, how can I let him know that I'm disappointed in him without it being fallacious or, like, disrespectful? And it took a long time. Well, a long time for me is like a couple hours. But it took a while for me to craft that in that way where it was like, yo, I'm going to let you have it, but I don't want it to sound like I'm trying to disrespect you. Like, I'm just disappointed in you, bro. Like, you one of my goats. Like, this is shitty to see. And also, I had asked him a bunch of questions, interacted with him a million times, or not interacted, but like whenever he's like, yo, you have 2 hours, go. Or, yo, I'm free for an hour, go. Yeah, I would always say something and I'd never get a response. So the one time I do get a response, it's some hater shit. So I felt the way.
The metrics.
So I felt the way. So I'm like, all right, bro. Like, if that's okay, this the energy you coming with. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to sit Unc down for a second. And that's really all it was. It was just like, yo, the track is called Equivalent Exchange, and I'm like, and I said it in the tweet. I'm like, yo, this ain't disrespectful. This ain't meant to be disrespectful. I fuck with you. I love you. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm disappointed. And that was all it was meant to be. And in the tweet, I'm like, yo, get in the booth, Unc. Like, let me see what you got. Like, let's go. Let's spar. You know what I mean? Because he in his rapping bag now too. So I'm like, yo, let's get in the booth. Let's spar. What's up? Like, no response. And I take
Mm.
that. That's a good thing. That's a good thing to me, because
Yeah.
it's like I know he heard it. I know it was everywhere for way too long for it to have escaped his radar. I know he heard that shit. So
I'm
but that
sure he
was that
did.
was that was pretty much it. That was like the whole process behind that was like, yo, that's crazy, bro. I've been in your mentions a million times on some, yo, like, how did you make this? Would you no response ever? The one time you respond is on some hate and shit, on some like, because you too bullheaded to take accountability. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like what that
It's
was
just
like.
it right. It just made me happy to see you, like, to see anybody just like take it to a song. And like, the thing that I really respected about, I mean, like, outside of the fact that you were just like rapping your ass off and just like, like, technically whatever, like, I could tell that you worked really hard to make that about as measured and fair as you could. It's not like you hopped on the track and were like, "Fuck you, Alchemist!" Like that, like fucking like Albert Einstein, the Prodigy is garbage. Like you weren't like you weren't hating. You had your grievances, but you were like, I got a lot of. I wouldn't do this if I didn't
Yeah,
care.
that was
And
it.
like that's the like that's
Yeah,
yeah, like that's yeah, no, like that's the message was received loud and clear by me. And like, not like I had a lot of feelings, a lot of people had a lot of feelings. Erica Badu kind of got away scot free out just off
just off
of
of not respond.
not
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
anything.
yeah.
Yeah, like Al was responding to everybody. And it's just like I also love Alchemist. I think he's great. I met him briefly, like
Mhm,
once or twice. We're not friends, but like I know a lot of his people. Let's put it
mhm.
that way. And it's just like it was just cool for me to see you step up to the plate and deliver something that people really fucked with. Like I was, like I was already a fan before, but then I was like, damn, like you really, like you stepped up to the plate, you had grievances, and you made a good song that like would sound good even if it wasn't about that. I was
No,
like, yeah,
thank you,
no,
man.
Rainey's
Thank
got it,
you,
man.
thank
Like
you,
it was just cool to see,
thank you. No, that
like
means
it's
the world, because it's
yeah,
like, I like, I don't think any of these people are beyond my reach. Like
of
like like
course.
like Alchemist, like, he's a goat and a legend, but at the end of the day, he's still my peer. Like, Kendrick is top 5 for me. That's still my peer, and like, I genuinely believe that.
Mm.
I really do feel that way. I don't think any of these guys are beyond reach, except Rock. Rock Marciano is terrifying. I'm scared of him. I'm scared of Rock Marcy, bro.
Yeah,
Anybody
nah, he
anybody that
yeah.
could get on a track and say with a straight face, my dookie don't even stink. I'm not like, I don't think I don't have the gall or the gumption to get in a track and say that, bro. He said my sneakers is literally from Italy.
Italy, yeah. He said, yeah, he used to like get on the track sounding like muscular
Yeah, yeah,
dystrophy or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly the song you're talking
It's
about. That's
Rex
Rex
Ryan.
Ryan by
Yeah, yeah,
Conway.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Great song.
Only guy where I'm like,
Yeah, yo, there's one. It's like an Action Bronson song where he like, I don't remember the exact bar, but he says the words horse poo.
mm-hmm,
And as a rapper, if you can say the word horse poo and not be seen, like to have people not take you seriously or not like break, like he said it with a straight
yeah,
face, like horse poo. I'm just like, all right, like that's a rapper
yeah,
right there. Like you if you can say horse poo and not have people being like, the fuck are you talking about, bro?
yeah,
Like you're up
yeah,
there. Yeah, no, shout out to Mars and Pimpire
yeah,
and Salim and Jazz and all of them, man. They're
yeah, man.
dope. I love Rock
Yeah,
Marcy.
no, he's top 5 for me, man. Easy, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but like, but and like it's interesting that I mean, like this happened after Cigarettes came
Mm-hmm.
out, but like just because it's been on my mind and I've been listening to it, and I mean, just like on our own, we operate in some of the same circles. Like I'm in the Victory Lap interview with Mavi, you brought up
Oh,
June,
Victory Light.
who
Light.
like that's my homie. I said Victory Lap. I meant Victory
It's
Lap.
all good.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I was thinking about Nipsey earlier, and I was still had
No, you
Victory Lap
good, man.
right.
Don't worry.
Victory
Yeah.
Light.
But yeah,
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
it's just so that people don't fuck around and go search for the wrong thing. That's all. But yeah, it's a Victory Light. Yeah.
No, 100%, 100%. Yeah, nah. But yeah, so like you shouted out June, who I love. They're amazing. Just like all the beats and flips and everything. IND like yeah. So like just like walk me through making that project and why you felt it was time to kind of devote an entire project to that sound and that vibe.
Boy.
Because like I feel like this project has a very specific vibe to it.
Wait, Cigarettes with Dead Men? Yeah. So, well, Testimony, which is the only track that's not produced by me, is the June track. So like,
right.
So
exactly.
just for context for like our listeners and watchers, we're like, so on my album Cigarettes with Dead Men, I produced all of that, and most of it is like loops and just stuff that I took the stems from some loop packs and then I rearranged them and stuff like that. Added some effects, I did some engineering, some mixing and stuff. But that one track, Testimony, man, like I'm like, yo, like all of it can't be super polished. All of it can't be easy to listen to. I need one track on here that's like uncomfortable, like I need one track on here that it's like you need to like. There's a specific mind frame you got to be in to even like digest the shit. And Testimony was that track because when he sent that loop to me, I had bought like 5 instrumentals like outright. I was like, yo, how much for the rights for these? Like, how much to just purchase them straight up? So I bought them, and I had been sitting on them for a minute. And the plan was always to have like a June X Rainey sort of EP situation. But that track Testimony stood out to me, and I was 9 tracks in, and it felt like it didn't feel right to leave it at 9. So I went back to all the beats I had ever made / purchased / all the loops I had bought, and I ran into Testimony again, and I was like, all I wanted was respect, and I'm like, okay, like let's build off that, and it just felt right, it just felt right. It felt like it belonged where it happens in the album. It's like that break in between 2 very like sentimental sort of tracks, because it happens. It's like the breaking point from. It's like the breakaway point from. It comes in between Promise You Won't Call and Toll Away, which are 2 very sort of melodic and sentimental tracks. Like, because Promise You Won't Call is like the sort of heartbreak. Like I'm going into that like sort of darker place, and it's after Ganja's interlude. Yeah. Which is a reference to the whole album is a reference to Ganja and Hess, which is one of my favorite movies, man. Like I love that fucking film. Bill Gunn, holy shit!
Shout out, yeah, that made me happy.
Yeah, thank you, man, thank you. Yeah, and that's where the name comes from. Like Hess's character, after being turned into a vampire, still smokes cigarettes, and I always found that decision interesting, because like he's a vampire, he's dead, he doesn't need cigarettes, but that oral fixation is like his connection to his humanity still, and like I always found that very interesting, and that's that, and the cover is that bar scene where he just like it's his first time out in public after being turned, and he's in that bar, and there's a split second, there's that one frame where the shadows envelop him completely, but the cigarette is still bright white. So I paused it there, I took a picture of the screen, and then I put a bunch of filters and everything over it. So that's how that happened, and that's how I got that sort of gritty, grainy look. But yeah, Promise You Won't Call is this sort of like heartbreak anthem. And then Testimony is me like sort of, it's like grief, right? It's like the stages of grief. Like Testimony is anger. And then Toll Away is me finding sort of that love again, where it's like, yo, you know what? It don't matter. Like we can stay friends. Like whatever you want. Like, you just let me know what you need, and I'm a Toll Away, So, but Testimony really, really like really cemented itself in that spot, and it could not have happened without June's production.
Yeah. Yeah, no, shout out to June forever. And like I'm happy you bring up Promise You Won't Call and Testimony, because yeah, those are my two favorite
Thank
songs
you.
on this
Thank you.
project. Like the first time I heard Promise You Won't Call, I had to run it back a couple times and really sit in
Yeah.
it, marinate in it. It's I don't know. It's like just like the whole project really kind of gets at that site. Like I had a feeling it was Ganja and Hess inspired, but I didn't want to like jump out my face and just
Yeah.
assume. But it makes me happy as somebody who also loves Ganja and
Yeah.
Hess.
Thank you.
And yeah, like even just seeing it on the cover, I'm just like, yeah, it's I should have just gone with my gut. But either way, I appreciate that you did that. And like just the fact that a song like Promise You Won't Call and something like Rumble Lynn in the Bronx with fucking Estee
Oh
Knack
yeah.
on it, like
Yeah.
like those two songs are so like stylistically, thematically, and sonically
Mhm.
different, but they don't sound out, neither of them sounds out of place
Yeah. Yeah.
on
Yeah. Yeah.
here. And that goes back to what you were saying earlier, just about um just crafting whole
Yeah.
albums and like wanting to have experiences that run from front to back like a
Mhm.
movie. And I think like there's people out there who value and appreciate that. I mean, like I'm one of them, you're one of them, I know we're not alone. But it just makes me happy when more people just feel confident to do that. And it's just like, if people like there's going to be people who want to hear
Mhm.
that stuff, and to see it executed so gracefully on here, especially considering that I didn't know it was outside of June fully self-produced. Like that's even cooler.
Thank you.
So yeah, nah, it's great.
Thank you.
Like not only do I think it's great as music, it's just really dope that you saw it in yourself to just do it and put it out, and people are listening to it. And like the fact that like Estee Knack is on here is also super dope to me.
Yeah.
Like that is it's like just having that belief in those cosigns will really push you
Yeah.
in a way you can't
Yeah. Yeah.
describe.
Yeah. No.
So,
After it's funny actually. I'm about to DM you. I'm about to DM you another joint that SD and I made. That's unreleased now because that's what I do. I have like roughly between singles and like projects that I'm working on, I have maybe like 50 tracks, just like in the tuck, mixed and mastered and ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm not one that's gonna. I just refuse to pimp my passion. I refuse to pimp my passion.
1000%.
I'm gonna it's gonna come out, but it's gonna come out on my terms. You know what I mean, when I see fit. But I just sent you an untitled link to a track called Lazarus that myself and SDNAC are on. Another drumless joint by my boy DJ Compton. Shout out to Compton. Shout out to Juke Bounce Work. You know what I'm saying? Footwork label. You know what I mean? Shout out Chicago. You know what I mean? L's up for Rashad, bro. Yeah. Come on, like, it's we outside. We out here in every bag. But yeah, man. No, I appreciate you really consuming this intentionally. I feel like a lot of music now is just a vibe fest. Like, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. It's a bop. It's like, bro, like that's cool, but can we have, like, can there be room for, like stuff that's a little more than that? That's all.
Yeah, that's why to me it made me so happy to see y'all over at Victory Light bring on Mike and Mavi. Like not only because those are like two people who've kind of grown to be friends, but like because they're making exactly the music you're talking about, and everybody who stumbles upon them is like, oh, where's this been my whole life? And I'm just like, right here, like so like it just made me happy to see, like not only to see them on the show, but to see you in particular really like meet them at their level, like as artists, and be concerned and curious about that side, and to really, like that's important. Like that shit means something to me.
This shit means something to me, man.
It's fucking crying.
Dude.
Like,
No, it means a lot that you, for real, like it means the world, man. And I know you're not in New York, right?
I'm in Jersey.
Oh, you're in Jersey.
I'm right outside.
Well, by the time this airs, this will have already happened. But I'm playing at OSNYC tomorrow, so I don't know if you got time, and if you would like to pop out, that'd be cool. But no pressure otherwise. Like, there's gonna be mad shows, like we gonna get it.
I would love, yeah, for sure. I would love to. I'm hosting my event tomorrow night. So I can't. I would if I could. There's a billion things happening tomorrow, but not from like 6 to 10ish. I'm gonna be.
That's great. That's exactly the time of Saturday Night Jam.
Wow.
Yeah, like 6 to late. Yeah.
Shit. Oh, damn. But either way, like, good luck. I know you're gonna crush it. That's gonna be great. I love it. But yeah, this has been so incredible. But before we wrap, last question. Rainey Ovalle, if your life was a movie, what would it be about?
Shit. If my life was a movie, what would it be about? It would be about tenacity. And like, it would be about like being steadfast, like in the face of like, adversity and doubt, and people like trying to get people to give a fuck. Like, it would be about how cool it is to care. Like that's what my film would be about.
Say that. Yeah, that's all you need right there. It's just it's cool to care. Like, lean into it. Try things, fail. Don't worry about looking dorky. Just be you, and it'll all work out. You'll it'll pay off. It'll pay off.
Thank you.
Damn, this was such a great talk, bro. Thank you so much.
Oh no, of course, man. I'm always, man. Like, I'm never. All of these things, like, every time I'm on one of these joints, man, like, I feel like it's my pleasure. Like, this is awesome, bro. Like, I really appreciate anybody that like cares enough about what I'm doing to like talk to me about it, So like, it's really a pleasure and a blessing and an honor to be here. So thank you.
Yeah. Nah, man. Like, yeah, no, like, my pleasure. I'm just like, I'm just a vessel. We're all just feeding into this shit that's given so much to us. And like, once again, you don't really get to like talk music stuff very often. Yeah. So I was like, let's just like I just reached out on a whim and was like, want to try it? And yeah, so I'm just like, I'm happy. I'm happy to see you fully leaning into it. And I hope one day you have a story of tattooing your favorite artist.
Oh yeah,
that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. That would be cool.
Hell yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Something like that. But yeah, no, thank you, bro. Thanks for listening. Shout out to y'all for making it this far. And shout out to all the black people listening too, because y'all really impeccable. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend to come through next time. 1.